Hello, YouTube. Today I'm going to put a video up that's a little, well, shall I say it's a little interesting, maybe at least for me. Hopefully there'll be a few people out there that enjoy this as well. But as an avid tennis player, I've been playing tennis for 30 years. I've been coaching, I've been competing, I've written a few books, and I thought it would be interesting to kind of compare my forehand, my own forehand, against possibly the greatest player of all time with possibly the greatest forehand of all time, and his name is Rafa Nadal. So I uh, I took some footage of my forehand, which I've never done. I've never actually filmed myself. Usually it's what people will tell me, hey, you kind of swing like this or you look like this. And so I thought it'd be interesting to film myself. And and when you look at a video of yourself, it's a little more interesting, and you see some things that you didn't really know. You either are surprised at how good it looks, or you're kind of surprised at how not so good it looks. And in my case, my forehand, well, you'll be the judge. You'll see it in a minute on slow motion here. But, putting my forehand, I'm a left-handed player. I play 4-0, 4-5 tournaments. Like I said, I coach players, but I've never really kind of assessed my own game, if you will. And so, I thought this would just be kind of fun, and I'll post this and welcome comments from anyone out there. But I'm left-handed. I do play with a semi-Western grip, which is, if you watched one of my other videos, I talked about the differences between a continental, an Eastern, semi-Western, and Western. So the semi-Western is a little more aggressive. It is the Nadal grip. And I am left-handed. And that's pretty much where the similarities stop between me and him. Other than the fact I also use the Babolet Aero Pro tennis racket. So two similarities. One, I'm left-handed. One, I use his racket. And three, I somewhat use his grip. So you'll see that in the comparison. So anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at my forehand broken down in slow motion versus Nadal's forehand broken down in slow motion. And then at the end, I put down the 5 things that I see that are different that I'm going to work on. Not saying I'm ever going to have a Nadal forehand, because that's ridiculous. There's only one guy in the world who hits like Rafa Nadal, and that's Rafa Nadal. And so, but can I get my forehand as close to his forehand is going to be the challenge. So if you stay to the end of the video, you'll see that I did 5 things that I feel I need to work on to get close to the Rafa Nadal forehand. And then any comments would be great. Any suggestions you have would be fantastic, because I really would like to learn what I need to do to really get that forehand as close to Rafa's as possible. So here you go. Enjoy the video, and then I'll have some follow-on videos on things that I'm doing to improve what I've already noticed. All right, thanks a lot. See you soon. So as you saw in the video, it took about an hour to kind of get the timing down on hitting that ball earlier. When I first started, that ball was flying everywhere. I didn't have a lot of power on it. But as the first hour kind of went through, just hitting that forehand, I did get my timing much better, got the racket a little bit more out in front. And then the other big difference besides hitting the ball earlier is I actually came up with more of a straight up completion of my stroke, finishing over my head with more of the helicopter follow through, as opposed to coming across my body like this. And it just created so much spin, and when I hit the ball early, so much pace. So I will continue to work on that shot. The next step is, if you saw in that video, looked really bad. I had no knee bend at all. So I wasn't loading up my legs, and therefore there's a lot more to gain just by, getting the knee bend, the proper knee bend, and loading up, the leg muscles, and then uncoiling into the shot, which I'm going to work on next. And I'll have another video on that shortly to show, see if that had any other results. But so far, so good. Like I said, it took about an hour. If I stay with this stroke, it'll probably take a few months to really dial it in, which most strokes take anywhere between, 3 and 6 months to really get comfortable at them. So, if you're out there and you're struggling with a new stroke, you're just going to have to realize it's going to take a while until you really get the timing down. But I would say for the first time out, it wasn't bad. And then I'll see how the next round goes. Thank you for watching, and I'll be posting another one real soon on my loading of the legs. Thanks again.